Hey, what's up everybody, it's Chris F. C.Viper finally dropped and she is a ton of fun to play. I know she's a little bit technical, I think she's scaring off some newer players, but don't worry, I got you. I'm going to show you everything you need to know to get started with this character. First thing before we start, unfortunately, I got a really bad cold before I started making this video, so my voice is all messed up. Sorry about that, I'm trying my best here. Before we get into the guide, if you think this character has difficult execution and you're struggling with her more difficult things, check out a video I made about that here, and watch that first, because I'm going to assume you're able to do all the things in that video. Having said that, there's one thing that wasn't covered in that video that a lot of people have been struggling with, and that's how to do her standing heavy kick into a super jump cancel OD burn kick in the air. And it's kind of off a combo like this. A lot of people mess up and they get that at the end. They get the super jump cancel, they don't get the low to the ground OD burn kick. So the trick to this is you have to make sure that you're doing the super jump cancel really late after the standing heavy kick, and then you just TK the motion after that. So it should look like this. So there, you want to jump cancel very late after standing heavy kick hits. This actually has a pretty large jump cancelable window. So if you're getting this, just an empty jump cancel afterwards, that means you're pushing the jump too soon. Delay your jump cancel and you'll be able to land this every time. Alright, so first let's go over C.Viper's strengths and weaknesses. For strengths, she has really high combo damage. She has a strong anti-air game with quarter circle back, hard punch, and standing hard kick. Amazing knockdown pressure, great normals, neutral skips and zoning, and to top it all off, she has a meterless throw loop in the corner. Now for her weaknesses, her drive rush is really crappy. It's one of the slowest in the game and it's not something you're really going to be using in neutral. She's very meter hungry, so you're going to end up burning yourself out a lot, and this character is buns when she's in burnout. She has very few options. And last but not least, she has no meterless reversal. So C.Viper's basic game plan. What you want to start with this character is kind of being at mid-range, and you kind of want to zone with your Seismo and your Seismo feint cancels. This is a low. Your opponent has to block this crouching. This is going to stop their approach, and it comes out really fast, and this move beats a ton of stuff, especially a bunch of other projectiles. So really good. Then once you've kind of conditioned your opponent to get used to your pattern, they're going to jump at you, and that's when you anti-air with quarter circle back, hard punch with the follow-up. It gives you great knockdown, and that's when you can set up your pressure. Also from further distances, you can also anti-air with standing hard kick, and you get a ton of options after that, but we'll talk about that later. Then once you get into your opponent's mid-range, you kind of just want to poke at them with moves like standing hard punch and crouching hard punch, especially crouching hard punch. This move is absolutely ridiculous. It's 9-frame startup, it moves you forward. So it's -5 on block, but you can always just do a feint cancel here, like a knuckle feint cancel, and this puts you -1, and both of these are very hit confirmable. But if you're not good at hit confirming, you can always just kind of autopilot into an OD knuckle. It's expensive, it costs 3 bars, but you're only -2 if this doesn't hit, and if it does hit, you can always cancel into your level 2 or your level 3, and you get crazy damage for this. Look, that's 4,600 damage just from that. And if you go into your level 3, you get 4,800. So this is a really dumb neutral skip. It's only -2 on block. If you have drive meter, abuse this. It's crazy good. Ideally though, when you're kind of in the mid-range, you want to be able to go into some kind of Seismo cancel combo, something like this. Dash forward, you're +9, you get good corner carry and amazing set play after this, so this should be your main goal mid-screen, to do any hit into a Seismo cancel, do that combo I just showed you, and then run your +9 wake up Oki. Let's talk about our corner game plan really quick. I think there are 2 things you really want to be aiming for when you take your opponent to the corner. First, she has a throw loop, so just throw them, walk forward, throw again, always works, it's really good. If you dash forward after this, you get an auto-timed one, you're +7, so you're going to have to delay your throw just a little bit, because if you do it right away, you won't be on time, but if you dash it, wait a second and throw, or you can always just do walk forward, throw, manual meaty timing, this works too. Then after you throw loop them a little bit, hopefully you'll get them to throw tech. And that's when you start doing big damage off of the shimmy standing hard kick. Second thing you want to do when taking the corner is aim for a Seismo combo like this. This does 40% of their health, just over 40%. It costs like 1 drive gauge in a little bit, and it's 1 bar of super, and you get the install from her level 1 after this, which means that all the other combos you do in the corner are going to cost less drive gauge, and she already has high damage combos in the corner, so using less drive gauge is really good here. Pop that level 1 and then just go ham with your pressure and your combos. One of the most important parts of playing this character, or any character for that matter, is how to open up your opponents. You can learn all the combos, all the set play in the world, it's not going to matter unless you're actually hitting your opponents and opening them up. First and foremost, your standing medium punch. This is +1 on block. This is how you're going to set up your pressure from mid-screen. When you're here, +1, you're in throw range, so you basically just do basic strike, throw, shimmy after that. If you think your opponent's going to walk backwards, you do crouching light kick, standing light punch. So here you're going to see Cammy walks backwards after I hit her with a move. So we're going to go standing medium punch, crouching light kick, standing light punch, quarter circle back, hard punch to get the combo there. So after this, do that if you think they're going to mash on 4-frame, or if you want to go for the counter hit confirm, which is a little bit harder but much better reward. Crouching light punch into crouching medium punch into the combo ender of your choice. Then if your opponent is just blocking after this, you're +1, so you can go for a throw. They're still in throw range, but just be careful because if they do mash a 4-frame here, because you're only +1, you will lose to 4 frames. You kind of have to make your opponent respect your pressure with that standing medium punch first. Then at the mid-range, you kind of want to fish for stray hits against your opponent whiffing buttons with like standing medium kick, crouching medium kick. Then you basically just super jump cancel that into a size mode to go for a combo. Or you can set up spacing traps. So if you do something like this, crouching hard punch into your feint cancel, you're -1. If your opponent decides to swing there to try to catch you pushing buttons, you can get a nice whiff punish from there. You go into your size mode, something like this. And then you can combo from there. If you don't want to play footsies and you just want to get in, C.Viper has one of the best neutral skips in the game, and that's going to be a regular forward jump into quarter circle forward, 2 kicks, her OD air burn kick. This is going to leave you at worst +2 against a standing opponent, just like this. +2 gives you even better setup than standing medium punch for your 2-bar. You just do strike, throw, shimmy off of that. One thing to be careful, make sure you're not super jump canceling this because this is going to cost you 3 bars. It's going to get you better frame advantage, but this is really expensive for 3 bars. You don't really want to be doing this too much because you're going to burn yourself out quickly. Careful with that. Make sure you're just jumping forward, then doing a quarter circle forward in the air after you've jumped. Alright, so now you're +2. How do we actually mix our opponent from here? Really quick, if you think they're going to push nothing, and you think they're going to block, just throw them. Then after throw, make sure you're not doing drive rush or any stuff like that. I see people doing drive rush. It's totally fake. The only people who are going to get hit by drive rush after your throw are NPCs. Don't go for this. It's not real. If they back tech, you'll get no pressure. Instead, go for either a meaty heavy punch size mode. Whether they get up in place or recover backwards, that'll hit them. Or if you think they're going to wake up with a super, like Cammy, you can do a seismo feint, block, and then basically just punish them for that. So it's always important to mix up between real seismos on knockdown and then fake ones too, just to kind of keep your opponent guessing. If you think they're going to push a button to challenge your throw, something like a 4-frame move, frame trap them with crouching light kick. This also prevents them from walking back out of your throw. Follow up with something like that. But if you want to go for much better reward, go for a crouching medium punch against people who are mashing 4 frames right away. You do trade, but you're +10 on this, and you actually want to trade here because the damage you get is really, really good. Alright then, if you want to shimmy or beat people who are throwing, after this you're going to be too close if you do it point blank when you're +2. You can't walk back out of a shimmy. So here, if you want to challenge the throw, go for crouching medium punch, or you can go for a big risk, big brain play with backdash. Leads into a punish counter here on backdash. High risk, high reward option, but it's always there for you. And of course, it wouldn't be a C.Viper guide if it wasn't for this. You can always go for shenanigans. Cross up burn kicks, cross up medium burn kick, heavy burn kick, regular heavy burn kick. If this hits, you go for the follow-up, just the fun, dumb Viper stuff. The reason why we play this character. Go for that. Be careful though, because this is going to burn lots of your drive meter, but as long as you're hitting them, it works. And if it doesn't, well, I mean, that's kind of this character and how she works, so you got to be willing to take some risks sometimes. Then another really easy way to set up that close +2 is by doing any version of grounded burn kick into the kick follow-up. This will leave you +2. You can adjust the timing on this. There is a bit of a delay where you can change whether you do this like immediately or just a little bit after you fall for a bit of like a fake frame trap thing. Just be careful, because if your opponent does know that they can do a drive impact between this, you're going to get cooked, and you're going to get cooked real hard. So here's what it looks like. If your opponent knows they can drive impact, you can't drive impact back there. So if you get really, really like telegraphed with your play and you're always going for this, you're going to get messed up. But then at that point, you can just land, block, you know, take your -2 sometimes, try to bait that drive impact, react to it, get your damage. Always good to play mind games with this character against your opponent. But basically, if you are able to kind of like land this and you get your +2, you get all the same exact +2 situations that you get off of this mid-screen. So it's a really easy, really dumb way to get in if you're able to kind of condition your opponent into blocking mid-screen. Okay, let's talk about our mid-screen pressure and poking with crouching hard punch. And this move becomes really, really strong once you're doing the feint from the knuckle. So quarter circle back, hard punch plus light kick at the same time. You get this feint, only -1 on block, and on hit, you can hit confirm this because you're +6. So you hit this, hit confirm into crouching medium punch, and then from crouching medium punch you have a couple of options. I'm going to show you two options I think are really good for low meter. So here, this is the quarter circle forward light burn kick follow-up. If you do this, you're plus 36 and you can do walk forward shimmy pressure for Oki. So here, you land this, walk forward, the opponent does a 4-frame jab on wake up, I get a throw, which means I can do strike, throw, shimmy from there. So definitely learn that. Then if you want to spend a bit more drive meter, this is going to cost 2, you can get drive rush pressure off of this for the overhead setup. So I'm going to show you two setups you can use off of this. One is an immediate drive rush and the second is kind of like an auto-timed drive rush setup. So here's the first one. You're going to do quarter circle back light punch plus the follow-up after this. And then you drive rush afterwards. You can get a meaty throw here, and if your opponent decides to wake up with a reversal, you can just hold down back and you'll block it. And you're also outside of throw range off of this, so if they decide to go for a throw and you hold down back expecting the wake up DP, you can do a shimmy whiff punish there and whiff punish their throw. Then when you're doing shimmies and you're trying to whiff punish, ideally, like in a perfect situation, whiff punishing with standing heavy kick is going to be like your best option, because you get this and you can combo off of that, but that can be a little unrealistic in a match because this is 10 frame startup, so it can be hard to be consistent. So instead, I think it's better to go for crouching medium punch, crouching hard punch against the throw. So something like this. And into Seismo and into your combo. Then of course after this, you can always go for a overhead. You're +1 on block and +6 on hit, which means you can combo into crouching medium punch. So that's also really good. You can also go for meaty crouching medium kick. Basically, you can set up whatever you want off of that. Now, the second setup you can do is an auto-timed one, so it'll look like this. That's going to be +3 on block with crouching light kick. You're in throw range, and if they do an immediate throw, you can shimmy them here. So it look like this. This is really strong because if they wake up with buttons, and they decide to like mash jab or something here, you're +11, which means you get a counter hit combo into crouching heavy punch, and then, you know, Seismo jump cancels, all that stuff. You just keep on running your pressure. So that's really good. The only big weakness to this one is you will lose to wake up reversals, because you can't block here. So I'm holding down back there, I still get hit by it. So if you're fighting an opponent with an invulnerable reversal, whether it's meterless or a super, that might not be the strongest way to go, but if you want to kind of like push your pressure and they don't have a reversal, that can be a really, really strong setup. So try those out. Okay, next I want to talk about her basic combo game and her setups that she gets after this. Learn these first because they're really, really important. Okay, let's start with light confirms. Usually you're going to be either getting 2 or 3 lights, so like jab, jab, then you're going to go into quarter circle back hard punch into the hard punch follow up for 1 bar. That's +25. After this, you're going to do a forward dash. That's going to leave you +4 in their face, but just remember, you can't shimmy back after immediate throw here. So, Cammy wakes up with immediate throw, I can't walk backwards. So in this situation, you have to call out their wake up throw with a meaty attack, something like standing medium punch, or if you want to go for like the big brain stuff, you can dash forward, dash back, and go for this, but that's really, really risky because it only beats throw and loses like everything else. But if you have the read, you can go for it. Now, there's one more thing I want to show you. Ideally, if you can get 4 lights ending with standing light kick, that's going to be your ideal light B&B. The reason is because of the spacing, here you're +26 instead of +25 on knockdown. And what that means is that if you forward dash here, you're +5, and here you actually can walk back shimmy versus immediate throw. So this is a really strong setup, but it's going to be kind of rare for you to get 4 lights on hit, especially in like a high level match, but if the chance ever does come up, that's ideal. There are also some spacings where if you get like a max range 2-hit confirm, it'll also be +26, so generally try to end your combos with standing light kick instead of just doing jab, jab, jab all the time, because you get much better pressure after this rather than just doing jabs. Then the second combo I want you to learn from lights is a basic drive rush combo. Now this doesn't do great damage, but it does set up her level 1, which is really important for her game plan. So basically it's like this, just any kind of jabs into this. This costs 4 bar of drive, but I mean it sets up her level 1, and then you don't need to spend drive for most of her combos after that, for the super jump cancels and feints and stuff, so it's really, really good. Okay, then lights in the corner. Basically you have 2 main options I'm going to show you. You're going to go this combo, and then after this you dash forward, exactly the same as mid-screen. You're +4 after this, you can't shimmy back if they do immediate throw, but you're +4 so you get like meaty standing medium punch and stuff like that. The second setup is you go like this. You whiff crouching light kick, that puts you plus 10. So if they decide to wake up with buttons like crouching light punch, this gives you an auto time meaty standing medium punch that's plus 11 on counter hit. You can combo into this, and then if they just don't push anything and they block instead, that's going to put you plus 4 and you're still in throw range. So it's really, really strong whether they block or not. Okay, combos from mediums and setups after that. So the most common medium that you're going to be getting into your combos is crouching medium punch. You'll be getting this off something like standing medium punch, crouching medium punch, or like jumping heavy kick, stand medium punch, hit confirm into crouch medium punch. That's going to be your most common medium starter. So after this, you have a couple of options. The most meter efficient one is this: quarter circle forward light kick, walk forward, go for a throw, strike throw shimmy. Really, really strong. And the second option is to kind of spend some meter. So doing something like this. That costs 3 bars, but I think it's worth it because it's really strong. If you don't want to spend meter, what you can always do is you can do crouching medium punch into quarter circle back light kick and do a forward dash after that. You're going to be plus 3 here, just outside of throw range. So if your opponent is mashing like wake up light punch, it's pretty much impossible to get a meaty throw. So if you're fighting that kind of opponent, you just kind of want to meaty them after this with something like crouching medium punch, get your counter hit, do another crouching medium punch after that. That kind of thing. So you have to make them respect your wake up pressure before you can go in for that throw. So this isn't that strong, only plus 3, but I mean, it doesn't cost any meter. So when you're trying to conserve your drive meter, it's an okay option. All right, then basic medium knockdown in the corner. Your most common ender is going to be this: quarter circle forward, light kick, follow up. After this, lots of things you can do. I think best thing to start with is just whiff standing light punch or crouching light punch. So it looks like this. That gives you plus 9. You're not going to be able to walk backwards out of immediate throw, but it gives you crazy pressure options afterwards. Here are a couple of examples. So after this, you whiff standing light punch. Then, after standing light punch, you get an incredibly meaty auto time standing medium punch that puts you plus 3 in throw range. Basically, you get the world after this. So you can do a throw afterwards. You can frame trap them with crouching medium punch. That'll combo into itself. Again, you can do whatever combo you want there. If you want to mix up their blocking, you also get a crouching medium kick here, which is plus 1 on block. So if they decide to wake up with buttons here, let's go wake up reversal, light punch, plus 9, which means this combos on counter into crouching heavy punch. Again, just loops that really strong corner pressure that she has. Really, really good stuff. So learn those 2 setups. All right, then last, heavy combo theory, mid-screen and in the corner. For heavy's mid-screen, you're going to be doing anything from crouching heavy punch, Seismo, or any combo that leads into Seismo mid-screen, whether it's from a whiff punish or a super jump cancel, anything that goes into Seismo. Now I'm going to start, I've been watching a lot of people play, and I see people doing this combo a lot. I mean, that's okay, the quarter circle back hard punch ender, but I think it's better to go for this instead. Let me show you what it looks like. There, that's better. Not only does this do more damage, it leaves you more advantageous on knockdown, so you can get more pressure after that. So the reason why this knockdown is so good is because it gives you plus 9 after a forward dash, and plus 9 is like the magic number for C.Viper. She gets all her best set play off of that. So I'm going to show you what you can do right now. So off of plus 9, you can either do a manually timed delayed throw, and this will hit them, or you can just keep on walking forward and do like a kind of cami medium kick spiral arrow kind of setup. Where you just throw them like that, and that'll beat people mashing 4 frames. After this forward dash, if you take a little tiny step back, you can also shimmy them, so you can get whiff punishes on their throw. All that good stuff. And then you can also go for things like this. Dash forward into a medium crouching medium kick. This is going to be plus 1 on block, or you can do standing medium punch. This is going to be plus 3, but it puts you outside of throw range. And one more thing for the mid-screen game, I think a lot of people probably don't know what this move is for. This is basically a counter poke, so you want to kind of preemptively poke at your opponent with this when you think they're going to walk in for a move. So like something from this with Ryu, he walks in with a crouching medium kick, and you kind of preemptively poke at him. The reason why you want to preemptively poke is because if you get this on counter hit, you're going to be plus 6. See that, plus 6, which means you can kind of combo into crouching medium punch into whatever you want after that. Only minus 2 on block, so not that bad. Just don't whiff this because it is 2 hits and you're going to get whiff punished like crazy. This has a ton of recovery. So just use it to stop your opponents when you think they're going to come in. Meter burn, get your damage, get your reward. Really quickly, let's talk defense with C.Viper. For your anti-air, you have 2 anti-airs. That's going to be quarter circle back hard punch. This is frame 1 invulnerable. Really good anti-air. Quarter circle back, so it's an easy input to do. After you do this, if you have bar for 1 drive, it's worth the follow-up. You're about plus 7 to plus 10 depending where you hit them. in the air, just dash forward after that, run your set play mix. Then from further out, you get standing heavy kick. If you're able to do super jump cancels, this gives you a ton of reward, especially if you follow up into level 2 or level 3. So it would look something like this. Super jump cancel, you go into your level 2. Just be careful because this can whiff depending on the range, so at those times just go into your level 3 and you should be good. Then in terms of defense, like when she's blocking and stuff, she doesn't have a meterless reversal. Nothing she has it will actually be invulnerable. The only thing you have are your level 1, 2, and 3 supers. So your level 1 is fully invincible. It can be throws and strikes, 8 frame startup, so not fast. Then level 2 as a wake up option does work, as really bad range though, 7 frame startup. As a pure wake up it's okay, but I don't really think it's worth the risk and the damage. It does take you mid screen though, which is kind of nice. And then of course you have your level 3, which is fully invulnerable as well. Alright, now let's talk about mid screen when the opponent's trying to pressure you. So the number one thing you have to learn how to stop are neutral drive rushes, and generally the best neutral drive rush stops with this character are going to be crouching medium punch, standing light kick, and sometimes crouching medium kick as well. But I'm going to focus on crouching medium punch for now because this is the one I want you to get used to in the beginning. So the reason why this crouching medium punch is so good is because on counter hit you can actually natural combo into Seismo meterlessly. And that gives you really good damage, really good reward, and really good post knockdown mix after that. Sometimes, based on the matchup and based on the character, sometimes standing light kick can work a little bit better. But this does not combo into Seismo, so you don't get that much reward off of it. So in matches where you need extra range, you can do crouching medium kick, and then super jump cancel Seismo. Cost bar, a little bit more execution, but if you can learn how to do that, you'll be able to stop most drive rush approaches with both crouching medium punch, standing light kick, and then of course crouching medium kick when you have the meter for it. I think this character is going to change a lot in the next couple of days and weeks once people get a better handle of her, but I think there's enough information in this guide to get you to master rank and beyond if you use what I showed you. I'll do an updated video later on showing you more optimized Oki, set play, combos, all that kind of stuff. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video and learned something from it. So if you did, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button to help me as a content creator, and I hope you have a good time practicing because this character is a ton of fun. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.